young people need different role models in their different facets of life. Here's a rural girl who dared to dream. She formed a small dance group which later grew to a strong musical empire. And of course, 3 decades into the industry, and she is still going strong. Yes, I'm talking of Portia Gwanzura right here, right now on Living Legends, proudly brought to you by Proton Baker's Crunchy Cookies. And of course, Twitika, besides Maramboreira, Tinema Strikers biscuits found on 250 grams as well as 500 grams. And then my Twitima biscuits, I know Anika, okay? And Richard's TM Pick and Pay as well as Band. It's Nottinghamma Cookies. I see Portia has already joined me. Portia, good to see you.
Good to see you, Mercy. Thank you for having me.
All right. How's it over there?
It's all right. It is cold now, but other than that, it's okay. Thank you.
Ah, you still look very young indeed.
I'm trying my best to look after myself. Thank you.
All right, Portia. Thank you so much for joining me on Living Legends.
Thank you.
All right. So just a brief background about Portia Gwanzura.
I was born in Norton and I grew up in Mondoro, Nyamweda Township, and later moved to Harare when I was just 15 years old. I lived in Harare until 2002 when I moved here to the UK where I'm settled now.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I understand you formed the group Howoza Band in 1992. What inspired you?
When I formed the Hohodza band, I grouped up school leavers and empowered them with gainful employment. I did that because I came from a very disadvantaged background myself, so wanted to help people who were in the same background as I was in the past. Now I'm pleased to say not only are some of them big musicians, but others are now nurses, pastors, and in short, most of them are now professionals.
All right. So Howoza Band started off as a dance group and later grew to a band. And you guys started recording. Tell us about that transition.
Yes, we did start as traditional dancers, just playing drums and mbira wherever we were. We then later became a traditional outfit and marimba band, also known as Ohodza Hot Marimba Band at one time. After a while, we added the drum kit and then the bass guitar, the lead guitar, the keyboards, and lastly, the rhythm guitar. There was always something going on and being added, or should I say, sorry, being added to the outfit, which I thought was necessary to keep the band going at the time. Having said that, I'm pleased to say that I was the first person in Zimbabwe to introduce traditional dancing alone in pubs, in hotels, in restaurants, and similar establishments as an entertainment. Before that, traditional dancing was only done at private functions or at the airport performing for some, dignitaries, etc. So what I mean here is, at that time, in places like nightclubs, we only used to have like big performing bands using a PA system, bands like the legendary Oliver Mtukudzi, Thomas Bapfumo, and Leonard Shakata, and so forth. But Wohodza was the first to go with Mbira Ngoma to play in a nightclub as an entertainment, and it was well received.
Hmm. All right. So I understand Howoza Band had a traditional feel from the type of music to the costumes that were worn on stage. Tell us about this.
I introduced and trained the group to do traditional music, and the dance was as a way of supporting and preserving our Shona culture. That's why I did it. That's why I introduced it, and that's my contribution to the society. So we played ngoma, hoshombira, and marimba on stage wherever we went, including overseas trips that we did way back. About the costumes, I designed the traditional costumes which were worn on stage, and these were especially and made specifically for the group. So the whole outfit was authentic and really appreciate the support that I got from people around the world.
All right. So as a female artist, tell us about the challenges you faced when you were with Howoza Band.
Oh my God, it was not easy at all. It was not easy. I had so many challenges, but through determination and hard work, I managed to promote and sponsor the group for many years, and we managed to record 10 albums whilst we were there in Zimbabwe. I was running my own business at the same time. So I used to go to my office, from 9 till 5, and then go home for a couple of hours before I went out again for the evening show. So I was really very busy because we did 5 shows a week again, which was not easy because it was like from Wednesdays to Sundays. So for me, that meant that I like worked up to 16 hours a day in most cases. So it was tough, but because I was determined to make a success of the group, I managed and I did it.
All right, nice. So, Pusha, we're going to take a short break, but we're coming back soon. So, please stay with me.
Thank you very much, Mercy.
All right, indeed, an awesome and fruitful conversation I'm having with a legendary who holds a band leader, Portia Gwanzura, right here on Living Legends. We'll be right back after this short break. The second segment of Living Legends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful time as much as we're doing back in the studio. Proudly brought to you by Proton Bakers, and this dress is from Wedding Center, located at number 25 Robson Manika in the capital city of Harare. Kanamine, my bridal shower, my graduation, my kitchen party. This is the perfect place to go. I see Portia is still with me. Portia, are you still
Yes,
with
I
me?
am, Mercy. Yes, I am.
All right, so
I am with you.
okay, so who was the band? Had a vocalist, Simbarashe, what's his name? Progress, Jane as well, but you did not want to be on the mic. Why did you choose not to lead the group?
What it is the thing with me is music is in my blood, Mercy. I'm glad to say that it is in my blood. At the time when I started the band, I just wanted to, uh, for my family to shine. I say my family because Wohodza is my family. I did spend a lot of time with them out there. They spent a lot more time with me out performing, rehearsing than they did with their own families. So they are my family who holds a band even up to today. We are still here and living as a family. Okay. So I wanted my family to shine, and they did that. But when I was ready to go on stage to sing, I still did with everybody else. Everyone was given a chance. There was, like, for example, one of the albums that I did called Tungwa Tungwa. We had Progress there. He did his songs. We have Simbarashi did his songs. I did mine. Innocent did his. So everyone was given a chance. It was not like, oh, I'm doing it now, you can't. No, it was not like that. So everyone was given a chance. So, like I said, music is in my blood. It's something that I've always wanted to do. And I think hopefully I'll be doing it for a very, very long time to come.
All right. So during the first days, you were not on the mic, and you later decided to sing. Why this time?
Well, like I said, I've always wanted to sing, but when I first started the group, I had so many challenges. I had to sponsor the band, so that means working very, very hard to go and bring the bread on the table, if you know what I mean. To
Mm-hmm.
be able to go out there to buy the equipment, the instruments, the microphones, and to provide the transport for the band. And for those who know us out there, I remember we used to go to places like Bulawayo, Gweru. We were in a convoy of about 3 cars, something like that. That's how Wohodza Band was known to be like. So it was through my hard work. So I could not go on stage after an exhausting day trying to make ends meet, working so hard to provide for the band. It was difficult for me. I knew then it was difficult for me to go on stage at the time. So I thought I'll do that. While Simbarashe, Progress, and others were taking care of the singing, were taking care of the vocals, and they did a tremendous, tremendous job.
Mm-hmm. All right, so your group is responsible for birthing Progress Chipumo. I know you. I understand you took him as a boy, and he actually started learning playing the guitar at Wohodza band, and he later left to form his own band. How was it like working with him?
Working with Progress was amazing, Mercy. It was amazing. Progress Chifumo is a very talented man. He has a unique voice, and we did very well together as a group. He later left out of his own accord. Yes, there were rumors that he was kicked out of the group, and that is not true. Progress Chifumo left the group out of his own accord. There is no bad blood between me and Progress. There's never been, and there isn't now. And this is the truth. Anyway, after Progress left the band, he used to actually come to my office there in Harare before I moved to the UK when he was performing on his own. So there was never a problem. Yes, as much as I wanted him to be in the band, but he at the time was a grown up man who wanted to stand up on his own 2 feet, and he did a tremendous job. And I was happy for him then, and I'm still very, very happy for him now.
All right, thank you so much for clearing the air. I think I'm sure the rest of the viewers at home have got a clear picture of your relationship now. But how was it when you was with Wohodza band? How was the band then?
The band was great. He was dedicated. Like you said, he came there playing only guitar. At the time, he was still learning how to play the guitar. He was not even that good, and I gave him a chance and opportunity to improve, and he did that. And it made it so easy for him to do that because, again, like me, he was very, very dedicated to whatever he was doing. So when we go to a show, the first person who used to go to the show was the Ngwadzai, our guy, who did the PA system. But every time, Progress is the one who volunteered to go with the sound engineer. The reason why he volunteered is because the sound engineer always went early, so that gave Progress a chance to rehearse whilst the sound engineer was sorting out everything else and before everyone else came. So he was determined. He did a very good job. He was always the first one on stage. And I remember there were times when we were like, we do a show today, and then next day, by the time we start a show, Progress was there with a new song, and we were going, oh, what's going on? Where did that come from? It was because he went to the show early, he started rehearsing, and by the time we got there, it was done. So it was amazing working with Progress. He's a very, very dedicated, talented, and positive young man.
All right, indeed. That's wonderful, Portia. We're going to take another short break, but you're coming back soon.
Thank you very much, Mercy.
Indeed, a wonderful conversation I'm having with Portia Gwanzura right here on Living Legends. We'll be right back after this short break. Final segment of Living Legends, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a wonderful time as much as we're doing back in the studio. Today I've got a Skype guest, of course, Portia Gwanzura, who's now based in the United Kingdom. Portia, I was talking of Progress Chipumo, and how did his departure affect your group?
Well, Mercy, I've got to be very honest with you. His departure really affected the group at the time. But I managed to get some other band members to fill the gaps. Having said that, it was not the same as there's only one Progress Chipumo, the one and only that people were got used to, you see. So it was not easy at all. But I did understand that he needed to stand on his 2 feet and be his own man. We all know, I think between me and you and everybody else there, they know that a lot of groups They came from somewhere. In most cases, you don't just start. It's not easy. They came from somewhere. I'll give you a simple example of Alec Macheso. He used to play with Mazibaba, and now he's on his 2 feet, and he's one of the biggest musicians in Zimbabwe. So that's how it was. So I did understand that. This is why we kept the relationship that we've got me in progress, because he needed to be, to stand on his 2 feet, and he did a very good job. But also, having said that, I did mention earlier that when I was in Zimbabwe, there he used to visit me and all. And just so you know as well, I think about 4 or 4.5 years ago, when he came to the UK, he did a tour here. He came to the UK Progress. I actually rang him, invited him to my house, and he came here in my house. He stayed here with his friends. I cooked salsa. We had a lovely time. We had a lovely catch up, and I took them out for some drinks for the night. So we have a very, very good relationship. No bad blood, no issues at all. And just lastly, Mercy, I just want to say, for those of you who don't know, we recorded a single together, Me in Progress, about 3-4 months ago, called Ndinoda Kumbofara. So it's actually out there. It's been played on radio there in Zimbabwe. It's already on YouTube. We did a video. Yes, I did it when I was here, but we are in touch. We're always talking on the phone. We are in contact. We did a song together, which we are still promoting, but at the same time, we have a lot of songs. We have a lot lined up still to come. So Me and Progress Chifumo, we are very much in touch.
All right, indeed. Enough about Progress Chifumo. 2002, you're now based in the United Kingdom. In 2006, you decided to take a break from music. Why was that?
Mercy, I'm a businesswoman. I think this is what happened. I've always been a businesswoman, which in a way it's the reason why Wohodza became Wohodza, because I was able then to promote and sponsor the band at the same time, because it wasn't easy. Financially, I did and supported everything. So this is what happened. But anyway, to answer your question, Mercy, I opened a really big, massive pub here locally where I am based in Greater Manchester. And it needed a lot of my time, a lot of my attention. So I went back to business, started running the business, and this is the reason why I stopped doing music.
All right. So some of your work in the United Kingdom they include performing and spreading awareness to of African culture. Tell us about this.
I am very grateful that my work has been well received by the British public and beyond. It's a great pleasure, Mercy. I tell you this now. I have my personal website, which has more information for those who want to find out more, and it's called portiagwanzura.com. Please check it out, and you can also download our music from there, including some of the new songs that we did last year. We also have videos on YouTube, as well as the old ones that we did about 20 years ago, for those who are still interested in viewing those.
All right. So, as an advocate for culture, how do you view other musicians who are doing traditional genres in Zimbabwe?
Personally, I think in Zimbabwe we've got one of the best musicians in the world, and I say that with pride. I only wish all these musicians could get the help they deserve and desperately need. They need they need record labels, they need management companies, tour managers, logistics, and everything else that is required to make a success of their chosen careers. I can only hope and pray that one day they'll be able to get this, because we have great musicians in Zimbabwe.
All right. I understand you all traveled and you have been on radio and TV in the United Kingdom. Tell us about this.
I've done a few radio interviews. I've done quite a bit, and again, all I can say is I'm happy and proud to have been well received, and especially now that I'm back with Progress, we are working together again. I'm looking forward to having a reunion with Progress. When I mean a reunion, I mean a proper. We've done a reunion, yes, with the single that we did, but I'm talking of a proper reunion on stage, live on stage. This is what I'm talking about. And should that happen, yes, I'm looking forward to doing more radio presentations, more radio interviews, and TVs as well, because we will have a lot to talk about because of our music background.
Okay, Portia, just 20 seconds. 20 seconds, right? Do you have anyone
Yeah.
that you want to pay tribute to tonight?
My work and everything is dedicated. I think it's okay. Sekuru Thomas Kachingwe, the late Thompson Kachingwe is the one I want to play dedicate this to, because he was so good. He was very supportive. He's one of those who supported Wohodza when nobody else did. I know he was once Thomas McFumo's manager at one point, and I know that he performed, for those who know him, he used to perform at Skyline, managed Skyline, Atlantis in Atherton and other places like that. Sekuru Thompson loved Wohodza band. He was positive, he was supportive, and he was a great man.
Indeed. Thank you so much for joining me on Living Legends. It was really an honor, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Mercy. Thank you, and God bless.
I wish you well in all your endeavors, and we hope to see you home soon.
Yes, I hope so too. Thank you, Mercy.
Indeed, a wonderful and awesome interview I had with Portia Gwanzura right here on Living Legends. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had a wonderful time as much as we did back in the studio. I must go now, but do not worry yourselves, because next week I am back again, same time, same place, with another legend. So for your views and comments, or you think you're Living Legend and you want to have a sitting interview with us, or a Skype just like this one, feel free to contact us on the number that is appearing on your screen right now. So from myself, Maslin, Bandamakara Mupepe, the wonderful crew that has been working hard to make sure the show is on point, goodbye, God bless you, see you next week on